Hello guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will see the surrounded regions problem, which is from LeetCode day 17 of the June challenge. So let us now look at the problem statement. In this problem, we are required to capture all the surrounded zero regions. So what is a surrounded zero region? Let us now look at an example to understand. Well, in the first example you can see that this is a group, this is a region. Okay, this all values are zeros and they are connected. So connection is defined only in four directions: top, down, left and right. Okay, so in these four directions a cell is considered connected, so these two cells will not be considered as connected since they are diagonal elements. You can see that this group is having three zeros, all are connected and they are lying totally inside this matrix. Therefore this will be a surrounded region. Otherwise, if you consider this zero, then this is not surrounded, because in all the four directions it is not surrounded by x values. On the right hand side you can see that it is empty, so this is not surrounded region. So in this case there is only one surrounded region, because this region is surrounded by x on all the sides. So in this case we consider only four directions. Therefore this is a region, and once you find a region, then you will convert all these zeros to x. So after conversion your matrix will look like this, and since this was not falling in a region, therefore this zero will remain as it is. Now in the second example you can see that there is no region, because these all zeros are not covered by x on all sides, because this is one side where it is not covered by x. So when we convert this, that is when we mark all the regions, since there is no region, therefore none of the zeros will get converted to x. So I hope you understood the problem statement. I will explain you two methods here. The first one will be a simple approach and the second one will be a tricky approach. So let us now look at the first algorithm. So first one is a simple approach where we will use a global scene variable to check if the given region is connected to any boundary zero. Otherwise, if not connected, then we will mark all the zeros with x values. Okay, this will not be 1, this will be x. So let us now look at an algorithm so that it will be more clear. Now in this example I have taken a 5 by 6 matrix which will be of size m by n. Now what was the algorithm? The first step was use a global scene variable. So we will keep a global scene variable which will be false. Okay, at each call it will be made as false. Now we will start iterating from this 1, 1. You will come to know once the algorithm ends why we are doing from 1, 1 to this r-1, c-1. Okay, so we will basically be iterating for all these elements. We will not be covering the boundary elements. So this is the first element, and now what we will do is this is 0, so we will make a DFS call. So once we make a DFS call, then it will be called in all the four directions. So you can see that in all the four directions there is x. So in this case your scene will be equals to false, because this scene is basically keeping track of if the region is connected to any boundary zero, and if a region is connected to any boundary zero, then that region will not be surrounded. Okay, so in this case you can see that this zero is totally trapped inside all x's. So this is a region, therefore scene will be false. And after returning back from the DFS call, if you see that scene is equals to false, then we will call a mark DFS function which will mark this entire region of all zeros with x. So we will convert this 0 to x now. Okay, and we will make the next call. So the next call will be made here. So this is x, so DFS will not be called. This is 0, so DFS will be called. Now in this case call will be made to top, right, left and down. Okay, so as soon as you make a top call, then you can see that this is a boundary zero. So after making all the calls, you will just return back from the DFS, and then you will see that scene will now be equals to true. And scene is, by the way, a global variable. And once you find that the value of scene is true, then this region must be connected to the boundary zero. Therefore you need not convert it. And also in this method I have also taken a visited array which will keep track of what nodes we have already visited, so that we will not be visiting it again. Will we make a call for this 0? No, because this will be visited. So we have already saved what all nodes are visited. Now after this the next call will be made here. This is x, no call. This is 0, so we will make a call. Once you make a DFS call, then this is x, x, x on three sides. Now you make a call to 0. Again this is x, this is a boundary x, and this is 0. Again you make calls. So you can see that this entire region is contained by x on all sides. So in this case, scene will be equals to false, and before making each and every call, your scene will be set to false. Okay. So in this case, since you see that scene is false, so you will convert all these values to access. So you will convert them to access by calling the mark DFS function. So there are basically two DFS functions. Now you will check for the rest of the values, and all these values have now been converted to X. So if a cell is already visited, then we will not make a call. Otherwise, if it is not visited, then we will make a call only if it is having a value 0. So this is the entire method of this simple approach, which is using two DFS calls. In the first DFS call, you will be checking if the region is surrounded by all axes. If it is not true, then we will not do anything. Otherwise, if it is surrounded by all axes, then we will call the next DFS call, which is a different call, and this will mark all the zeros, that is, it will convert all the zeros to axes inside that region. Okay. So this is the entire process, and since we are making two DFS calls, so the time complexity will be 2 into mn. Okay. And since we are also using a visited array, therefore we are making sure that none of the nodes are processed twice. So the time complexity will be order of mn. So I hope you understood this approach. Now let us look at an efficient approach. So the efficient approach algorithm goes like this. First, what we will do is we will mark all the regions connected to the boundary 0 with 1 values. And now iterate for all the elements and do if element is 0, then make it X. Otherwise, if element is 1, then make it 0. So I don't think you understood anything from this. So let us now solve the example in order to understand it. Now I have taken a 6 by 5 matrix in this case. So what I will do is I will iterate for all the boundary elements first. So I will start from this first element. This is X. We will not make a call. This is X. This is X. This is 0. Once we find a 0, then we will mark the entire region connected to this 0 with a value 1. Okay. So in this case, this will be marked as 1, and there is no other 0 connected to this 0. Diagonal connections are not thought of as a connection. Only 4 directional connection is required. That is top, down, left, right. Now this next call is having X. This is 0. Now we will mark the entire region connected to this 0 with 1. So this will be 1, this will be 1, this will be 1, this will be 1, and this will also be 1. So all these are marked as 1. Now you move on to the next element. So this is already 1. This is X, this is X, 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 and so on. All will be X's, and this will be 0. So this is marked as 1. Okay. Now what we have done according to the step 1 is we have marked all the boundary regions with value 1. Okay. Now we know where zeros are present, which are connected to a boundary 0. So that will not be considered as a valid region for conversion. So we have converted all the invalid zeros to ones. Now whatever zeros are left will definitely be inside all axes. Okay. So in the next step, what we will do is we will start iterating from this first element. So this is X, we won't do anything. X, we won't do anything. X, we won't do anything. This is 1. Well, when we find that this is 1, this indicates that there was a 0 here, which was not a valid region for conversion. So we will simply return it back to 0, because in the resultant matrix, all the invalid zeros, that is all the zeros connected to the boundary zeros, will remain the same. So we will just convert it back to 0. Now this is X, we won't do anything. X, X, this is 1. So this 1 indicates that it is connected to a boundary 0. So this will be made as 0, since this is invalid for conversion from 0 to X. This is X, this is 1. So this will be made as 0. Now X, X, this is 1. So this will be made to 0. Now this is 1 made to 0, 1 made to 0. Now this is 1 made to 0, X, 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 X. This is 0. So once you find a 0, then this means that this belongs to a valid region which will be applicable for conversion. So we will simply convert this 0 to X. Now you find another 0, you convert it to X. Now this is X, so we won't do anything. X, 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 X. So after following all the steps, you will see that all your zeros which were connected to a boundary 0 will remain as zeros. All your X's will remain as X. And whatever 0 regions were contained inside X on all sides will get converted to X. Okay. So this process will be much faster as compared to the two-step DFS process which I explained in step 1. Okay. But the amortized time complexity will still be the same, because in this case as well, we are doing order of m into n operations. So I hope you understood both the approaches. Let us now look at the code for both the approaches. So this is the code for approach 1 where we are given the board. Now once we receive a board, what I have done is I have taken a visited array and then I have made calls starting from the first index and ending at r-1 c-1. As I have already explained you that if you are given a board, then I am ignoring the first row and the last row and the first column and the last column, okay? Because the first approach is actually making DFS and finding out if the region is basically connected to a boundary 0 or not. And we are making calls whenever we find a 0. So if we are seeing a boundary 0 and making a DFS call, then there will be no point at all. Therefore, we are starting at this index 1, 1. This is a global scene variable. I am making it false every time. Now if we find that the current position board is having value 0 and that position is not visited, then I will make the scene variable as false and I will explore the entire island. And after exploring the entire island, if I find that this 0, whatever we are exploring, is connected to a boundary 0, then scene will be converted from false to true. So once we find that scene is false, then this means that this 0 is not connected to the boundary 0, and so this will become a candidate for conversion. Therefore, we will call the mark DFS call and there we will mark the entire island which is containing this 0. Okay, so all those zeros will be converted to X. So I hope you understood this point. And after converting the entire island, we will again make the scene variable as true, because this is a global variable and every time we find a suitable candidate for 0, we will make it false and we will explore it. Now let us look at the DFS call actually. So this DFS call is very simple. This is doing the boundary check. This is just checking if the current element is X or it has already been visited. And then we will check if this is connected to a boundary element. If this is connected, then we will make scene equals to true. And finally, we are making this current node as visited and making calls in all the 4 directions. Now after seeing this DFS call, the top DFS call, that is a mark DFS, is almost similar. In this case, we are basically marking a candidate region having all zeros to all X's. Okay, and this is the boundary check. So I hope you understood this approach. So let us now look at the code for method 2. Now in this second approach, we are receiving the grid, and after receiving it, we are marking all the zeros contained in the first row and the last row and in the first column and the last column with all their regions equals to 1. Okay, so all the zeros will be converted to 1 whichever are connected to the boundary 0. So this I have already shown you in the example. So this is for first row, last row, and this is for first column, last column. Now after marking all the invalid regions equals to 1, then we will iterate for all the elements, and simply if we find a grid at ij equals to 0, this means that this is a valid candidate which can be converted to X. So this will be converted to X. Otherwise, if we find a 1, then it means that this was a 0 which was invalid. Therefore, we will convert it back to 0. So this is the entire second approach. And this is the entire DFS call for this approach for marking all the invalid 0 regions to 1. Okay. So I hope you understood both the methods. If you have any other approach or solution in different languages, then please post below so that everyone can take benefit from it. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of this programming videos. See you in our next video. Thank you.